Hello, Mallards. Today is Tuesday, and I want to talk about emails. I spent a large amount of today going through emails from literally just one of my three main email accounts, and it did take me hours to try and sort through everything because I haven't checked the email in a while, because I just get a lot of emails that I don't need. And I feel like every couple of months I go through and I click unsubscribe on a bunch of things. And I also now am trying to create filters, and yet somehow all that stuff keeps coming back, and I don't know how it happens. I just have no idea. I don't understand. I feel like I get an insane amount of emails every day, and that if I miss a couple of days checking my emails for whatever reason, the number of emails gets overwhelming, and then it's really hard for me to check it because I have to dedicate literal hours to it, and that seems like a lot. So I'm trying to get stuff down and then trying to build something into my schedule that will allow me to specifically focus on just checking my emails for a certain amount of time each day, either in the morning or in the evening, or maybe twice a day, once when I wake up and once when I go to bed, for my non-Phoenix Tears email account, and more often for that one because it's needs to be checked more consistently. So maybe 3 times a day, I don't know. But first I have to catch up on all of them. And I hadn't checked my email in probably 3 weeks. I think that's probably right. I mean, I checked it in 3 weeks, but I hadn't gone through it, in that emails that were important that needed a response, I'd responded to. My Phoenix Tears email is different, by the way. I keep up with that more consistently. But my other 2 email addresses, I'd sort of responded to stuff that needed responding to, or that was important in the moment, but hadn't checked some of the other emails in 3 weeks probably. And I had over 1,500 emails between those 2 accounts, which just seems like a lot. And I don't know how I get signed up for stuff. I know in some of it, but I also feel like there's a lot of things that I have unsubscribed to that are still sending me emails. And I know that every time you unsubscribe to an email, it's oh, this may take a week to process or whatever, but it shouldn't take this long. Now I feel like you're just not unsubscribing me, which is why I've started creating filters. I've gotten better at that. Through Gmail, creating a filter that just deletes those things that I've unsubscribed to. So goodbye. I said unsubscribe just because you don't want to unsubscribe me. Doesn't mean I'm going to read your content. And so I have unsubscribed to those and then set a filter to delete them. And hopefully that'll cut down on the overwhelming amount of emails that I get. But only time will tell. As of today, I am totally caught up on my 2 personal email addresses. And I have a weird mix of stuff in my Phoenix Tears email because there's some stuff that I've been holding on to that I really need to get on top of. So that'll probably be a focus of tomorrow. Although also tomorrow I'm going on a couple of adventures. Not to mention that Hawkeye comes out tomorrow and I'm going to watch that with Mary. So tomorrow's going to be a full day of exciting stuff. But today was just a day full of emails. Not that emails aren't exciting. One of the things that I hadn't checked because I haven't checked my email in 3 weeks is there's this website that lets you send letters, emails, to yourself in the future. And I wrote an email when I was really stressed out about Horror in Headphones, when we couldn't find enough actors to make the show happen. And I was really stressed that we wouldn't have the actors and then that we wouldn't sell the tickets. And so I wrote future me an email to be hey, currently you're really, really, really stressed and you're freaking out. And when you get this email, Horror in Headphones will be over. And I just want you to remember how terrible this felt. And I hope that it went really well. And spoiler alert, it did go really well. Not to say that I didn't have a right to be stressed at the time, but it is kind of nice to look back on that and be yes, that level of stress does happen, but everything turned out all right in the end. And it's nice to have the proof of that as opposed to a rose-colored remembering or an extra stressful remembering that's inaccurate. Could go either way. And so that was really cool. And I've enjoyed that. I've sent several future letters to myself just about things I'm doing in my life to check in and see what I'm still up to. So, like, I sent one to me a year in the future that was like, hey, you know what you really like right now? TikTok. How's that going? You still into TikTok? You still making a video every day? You know, just checking in on your life. I've got one sent to me like 5 years in the future that I think definitely mentions, are you still making a daily YouTube video? I hope 5 year in the future me, you are still making a daily YouTube video. Like, I feel like you've built this habit. Unless YouTube has for some reason gone away, we ought to still be doing this. So yeah, that was my day. Checking emails, getting letters from me in the past, and generally trying not to stress about the overwhelming amount of spam I get. Now I'm going to try to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.